Okay, now let's make life a little more interesting. Let's construct tangents to a circle, and we're going to first of all do it the easy way. Let's first construct any old circle. So we have the circle here, center at A, and the radius is AB. And let's construct any old point outside the circle, and that one is named C. And we need to construct tangents to this circle, so we select the tangent tool and we click on the point and on the circle, and there we have two tangents to the circle C passing through that point C. Let's move B out of the way for a little and make our circle just a little bigger. And we can continue with the construction, especially when we have circle theorems to do and there's a point outside the circle, two tangents. What are all the properties concerning the radius and the tangent? What happens to them? And do we have a quadrilateral? Where's the quadrilateral? What are the angle properties in such a quadrilateral? So let's continue here. I need to know the intersection of the circle with the first tangent, and I also need to know the second intersection between the circle and the tangent, and I have those 2 points there. And I'm going to draw 2 line segments, and let us do it from the input bar. I type segment, and notice it is anticipating that I want to do segment, and I say A, let's make that capital A D, and I press enter, and it has drawn that segment for me. Next segment I want is A with E. Press enter, and there I have my segments. Let's measure some angles. Well, first of all, let's go to object properties, and I need the value of D and I need the value of E. What do we observe? Let's make this circle bigger. Move this point here so we can see things a little clearly. Move that point E, and we have our quadrilateral ADCE. Let's measure some angles, so we go to the angle measurement tool, we click on angle, and let's measure ADE. That's 90 degrees. I wonder why. And let's measure CEA, another 90 degrees. Let's measure EAD, and then DCE. Let's clean up our diagram because we have too many symbols floating around. So let's right click, object properties, go to basic, and we only need the value, and we'll do it with all the angles. That's beta, that's alpha, and there we have all our angles showing. And is there some relationship between 132 and 47? Why is this angle 90 degrees? If I select C and move it around, what's happening? If I select A, that 90 degrees is not changing, is it? And the tangents remain as they should. to the circle, let us now find the distance of some segments. Let's find the distance C to D, and let's find the distance from C to E. Voila, what do you notice? That distance is the same as if I had, let's take those out, use my undo button. It's the same if I had drawn a line segment from C to D, it would tell me F, and if we look in our algebra view, F is the same 5.55. So I can use the distance measure, or I can actually click from C to D and I'll get the same distance. But that we'll look into in another activity. But here we are looking at constructing the tangents to a circle and the other properties that we can get after constructing the tangent to the circle. Please practice doing this. It's fairly easy. Remember, just construct your circle first, then click on your menu for tangents to a circle, and of course you would have had to construct your point outside the circle first, and then you're able to construct your tangents to the circle. Question: can you hide any of the tangents? Yes. Right click, and I decide that I want to get rid of that, and I can get rid of that. All of this is right clicking. If I just want to work with one tangent, and there we are. So we can do this in several ways.